Okay, so now that we've got the skid steer all back together again, and yes, I know I didn't show the startup of it, but we did fuel it up. I'm going to be welding a couple of hooks onto here, and you know, because I'm going to be moving a lot of logs, and it's easier to carry a log out of the woods than to drag it, you know, if you cut it to the, say, the 10 or 12 foot length. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a couple of chain links to hang off of here, then hang off of here, so I can take the log chain and hook it into that chain, then around the log, and then bring it around and slip it into there on both sides. Whether I use one or two chains, it's, you know, I don't know. We'll figure it out anyway. So yeah, and that's how I'm going to load them with this skid steer up onto the trailers or wagons that I'm going to be using to get these logs out of the woods, because I really don't want to have them really super dirty. So anyways, what I'm going to do is set this camera up here and y'all can see me weld them on. Y'all. What the hell? Alright, striking a bead with a 70-18 rod is a bit of a pain in the ass. If you've ever used them, the flux that they use is so, I don't know how to say it, like sticky. If you strike it and then it doesn't lay down and, you know, it doesn't arc properly, the flux actually goes over the tip of the rod, and then you kind of got to tap it, or some guys even use a file and they carry it in their pocket and they'll file the end of that off. Just real quick, just file it, and then they can scratch start it and go from there. I choose to do the old tap and jerk method. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but the welds aren't too bad. They're just ugly because of all the slag that's on there from the rod. But yeah, so anything that it does is it makes a very nice strong weld. The 70-18s is 70,000 pound tensile strength steel, so that hook will probably break before the weld does. But if the weld breaks, you know, hey, then I will show you that, but I don't think it's going to. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so there it is. So I'm gonna put those chains on there, and then we'll get back to that. But I gotta find a log chain that I can cannibalize to put on the back side of there. It'll rattle a lot now, but who cares? Okay, so I've got my chains on there. My little stubby chains. You're probably wondering why in the hell I would do something like that. Well, you're screwing around with a log, and you can't get under, you know, you can't pick them up. So what you do is you hook, well, I'm just kind of a bitch to do this one-handed. You can hook it like that, get underneath it, come around, and then hook it. Hook your chain like that, and then carry your log on the bucket like so. I will probably be doing it different than that. Take the chain, bring it around underneath the bucket, then under the log, over the top of the log, and then hook it like that. So the log, you're going to see this done in reality, but the chain would be, in theory, be under the bucket, over the log, and the log can roll forward, and then it's going to stretch the chain tight against the bottom of the bucket, and it won't roll back because I can tilt the bucket forward. So you do that on both sides. If your chain is long enough, you can use one chain. If the log is too big, you got to use two chains. You got plenty of room there for two chains. Yeah, so that is how that works. At least that's how, in theory, it's going to work. And I can get into places with my skid steer that you can't get into with a farm tractor. Plus, you cut these logs to the length you want them, put them on there, carry them out of the woods. No dirt, no fuss, no muss. When you put them on the sawmill, there's not going to be any dirt to dull your blades out with that. So, that's my simple little my simple little retrofit to make my heavy-duty bucket carry logs. You know, yeah, that'll work. A lot of times you don't have any place to hook onto a bucket with a chain either, so you can always, you know, use this or just hook in here, and then you can use this thing to pull stuff with too, if you had to. Just limitless, endless possibilities when you put a couple of hooks on your onto your skid steer. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video.